Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own.
Hello and welcome to another Year in Review video. As always, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing and liking this video if you do like it. So this Year in Review video is for the year 1955, which saw 31 cartoons released. As always, I'll go over the following points: the overview of the year, my overall thoughts, my favourite cartoons, my least favourite cartoons, an animated showcase, and a conclusion. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So first up, as always, let's go through the list of the shorts that were released in 1955, starting with Pizzicato Pussycat, Feather Dusted,
Sit right down here, Junior. Now, I want Mother's little man to sit quietly and study while Mother's at the hen party. Understand?
Good, I say good morning, widder hen.
Loafer.
That woman's as cold as a nudist on an iceberg.
Pests for Guests,
We're protected from the elements. Don't you think we should start storing our nuts? Oh, indubitably, indubitably. Wonderful suggestion. Winter will be on us before we know it.
Beanstalk Bunny,
Now there goes a salesman. He trades me out of a perfectly good, grade A homogenized Holstein cow, and for what? 3 stupid beans.
All Fouled Up,
Well, smarty pants, what you gonna do now? I said, don't bother me, dog. Can't you see I'm thinking?
Stork Naked,
Oh, it's that stork again! I'll give that stork a reception he won't forget!
Lighthouse Mouse, Sahara Hare,
Yippee! Hooray! Whew. Man, dig this crazy beach. Must be low tide.
Sandy Claus,
Love you, honey. Love you, honey. Love you, honey. Oh, if you only knew.
The Whole Idea,
Roof over this house while you waste time with those idiotic ideas of yours. First it's dry water, and then round squares, and now portable holes. I'm getting mighty sick of it all. You don't care anything about me. You forget our wedding anniversary. You never say anything nice to me.
Ready, Set, Zoom,
Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
Hairbrush,
What's up, Doc?
Pass Perfumance,
Un skunk sans peau, monsieur le directeur.
For me? Pour thank, monsieur. Merci beaucoup, pour thank.
Tweety Circus,
I've got a song. Meow, meow. You can hear the song the whole night long. Meow, meow.
Rabbit Rampage,
Meep. What's up, Doc?
Lumberjerks,
Simply, thank you. You're so kind. I think we should start storing our nuts before the first snowfall. Ooh, that's a capital suggestion. Simply capital.
This Is a Life,
America's most talked about program, brought to you by the Wishy Washy Washing Machine Company of Walla Walla, Washington. And now, here he is, Mr. This Is a Life himself, Elmer Fudd.
Double or Mutton,
Morning, Ralph. Morning, Sam.
Jumpin' Jupiter,
Isn't this will be a wonderful, Sylvester? Camping way out here in the middle of nowhere. So peaceful and quiet.
a kitty's kitty.
Suzanne, look at your toys. How can you be so destructive?
They just don't make dolls like they used to. Can I have a real live kitty cat to play with? Their heads don't come off.
Hide and Hair.
Come, little bunny rabbit. Come on, come. Rabbits are such timid creatures.
Dime to Retire.
I'm certainly glad I got to town before it dark. Now I can find a room and get a good night's rest. Boy, am I bushed.
Speedy Gonzales. Nightmare Hair.
And each vowed to undo the other. Just wash my ears and I can't do a thing with them. And so, they met, brandying their weapons.
2 cents worth. Red Riding Hoodwinked.
Grandma's house, which was in the country.
Roman Legion Hair.
And here comes Emperor Nero.
Hair Conditioned. Guided Muscle. Pappy's Puppy.
Mr. Butch J. Bulldog? Yeah. It's a boy.
And one Froggy Evening. So now we are at the tail end of the studio shutdown, which saw the animation studio shut down for 6 months and had reopened. And so the shorts released in 1955 featured some of the last few projects that were started before shutdown, before being completed after shutdown, and there were even a few projects that were started during shutdown while there was a skeleton crew there, such as Speedy Gonzales. As such, all throughout the year, the different units had some minor changes in staffing, before eventually settling down once again to be more or less the same lineup towards the end of the decade. For example, animator Keith Darling joins McKimsa's unit to help finish off Dime to Retire. Jerry Chinicky animates solely on Pappy's Puppy. Writer Michael Maltese's brief absence as Chuck Jones's writer meant Ted Pierce would write for him again. Even Jones would write for himself as well. With the exception of only 3 shorts, every other short release this year would feature at least one well-known Looney Tunes character, with Sylvester being far the most used, with 9 appearances in total, mostly by Friz Freleng. He was paired with Tweety 3 times, though if you count his cameo in Hair Conditioned, then 4 times, and once with Hippity Hopper, as he had done many other times, but his other appearances were more noteworthy. In Jumpin' Jupiter, Sylvester is teamed up with Porky for the 3rd and final entry in the Scaredy Cat trilogy made by Chuck Jones, though this entry has more of a sci-fi feel than the previous 2 entries that took place in a haunted house. While Red Riding Hoodwinked would also have Tweety in it, we also see a rather forgetful wolf, a character that Friz Freleng would remember years later when recounting the story of the making of this short. It's also notable as the 5th and final short that Friz Freleng would make, that would be a take on the Red Riding Hood fairy tale. In Hair Conditions, Sylvester is once again in a short funded by the Sloan Foundation in order to promote the virtues of capitalism, and here he is teamed up with Elmer Fudd in a different role than his usual hunter one. This short is also notable for being the only short featuring Mel Blanc, Arthur Q. Bryan, Stan Freberg, and Dawes Butler all together, with the later now going to be featured in many future Warner Brothers shorts, and Stan Freberg would appear less and less as his popularity was growing in other ventures such as his recording career. But 3 other appearances had Sylvester paired with other new characters. Pappy's Puppy had Sylvester paired with Butch J. Bulldog and his son, a pair of characters akin to Spike and Tyke from MGM. The Bulldog, or the variations of this Bulldog, have been in a fair few Sylvester and Tweety shorts, but this is the first and only time we see Butch's son. In A Kitty's Kitty, we see the little girl Suzanne, voiced by Lucille Bliss, perhaps best known for playing Anastasia in Disney's Cinderella. While this is the only appearance of Suzanne in a Warner Brothers short, she would end up being an ongoing character in some Looney Tunes comics. But it's the third short that is most notable, Speedy Gonzales, featuring, as the name suggests, Speedy Gonzales. Yes, a version of him had appeared before in a Bob McKimson short, but here he was completely redesigned to have more of a warmer look. This short ended up winning the Oscar for Best Animated Short in 1955, and it was the start of yet another new series at Warner's, with both Friz Freleng and Bob McKimson alternating directing duties for all future entries. There were other series that were ongoing by this point, continuing just like in the previous years. You had the Goofy Gophers appearing in 2 more entries, and those 2 are the final 2 directed by Friz Freleng. 2 more Goofy Gophers entries would come later, but those would be directed by Bob McKimson. 1955 saw 2 Foghorn Leghorn entries, 2 Pepper Le Pew entries, 3 Bugs and Sam team-ups, and 2 Roadrunner shorts, alongside 1 Sam and Ralph short. By this point, all those series were business as usual. Daffy made some more appearances in shorts, which now cemented his new greedy personality in all 3 directing units. Freleng had Daffy go up against the Drunken Stork in a short that foreshadowed what was to come in his appearances in the later Patty Freleng era in the mid-1960s. We also get another Porky and Daffy entry directed by McKimson, where Daffy's greediness is literally part of the plot. But he would be in 2 shorts that were unique in different ways. In This Is a Life, we see for the first time a short with Bugs, Alma, and Yosemite Sam, along with Granny in the final appearance in her original design. Her new design would debut in the short Red Riding Hoodwinked. But more importantly, June Foray would take over the voice of Granny, a role she would be associated with the most. And Daffy was also in Beanstalk Bunny, which is the 4th and final short Chuck Jones directed, which featured the same Bugs, Daffy, and Alma dynamic as in the Hunting trilogy. The trio would be in other shorts together, but they would be directed by others, and Jones would make further entries with just Bugs and Daffy in the same dynamic. And speaking of Bugs, he was in a few shorts that were rather unique. Hyde and Hair had Bugs be in a Jekyll and Hyde story, and Nightmare Hare had Bugs in medieval times. But he was in 2 shorts where Elmer Fudd ended up winning at the end. In Rabbit Rampage, Elmer is the unseen animator which ended up tormenting Bugs Bunny in the exact same way Bugs did to Daffy in a sequel or remake of Dark Muck. And in Hairbrush, we get a twist on the Elmer and Bugs formula, with the 2 characters swapping personalities and Elmer winning at the end. Interestingly, McKimson did not direct a single Bugs Bunny short for 1955, though again, that would be due to his unit having to be reassembled. As already mentioned, there were only 3 one-shot shorts released in 1955, 1 from each unit. Freleng released Pizzicato Pussycat, which was another twist in the cat and mouse formula, but played on Freleng's strengths in animation and music timing, as he would use music bar sheets to do his timing. The whole idea was solely animated by director Bob McKimson, though that was likely more out of necessity while he gathered a new animation unit together. It's a showcase of how even decades later, McKimson was still one of the master animators. But it was Chuck Jones's one-shot entry for 1955 that has been described as the Citizen Kane of the animated short, One Froggy Evening. This short has had a major impact, not just in animation, but in overall pop culture. Just about everyone knows this short. The frog character, who would later be christened Michigan J. Frog, would become one of the most famous Looney Tunes characters, and yet, much like characters such as P. Puma, would only appear once in the original run. And it is also one of the rare animated shorts to be inducted into the National Film Registry in the United States. And now for my overall thoughts. I honestly thought that this year we'd see some more cracks starting to show with lesser quality shorts being made, but honestly this year was mostly solid, although there were a few duds. but even those had some interesting stuff in them and they're still worth watching. If my comparison point to truly terrible or very mediocre shorts are the buddy shorts, even those shorts that I didn't quite connect with in 1955 still well exceed what was done in 1934. Bob McKimson had the least output this year, though to be fair, again, his unit was closed earlier than the other 2 units, and then he had to reopen it. But you'll now see the results of him being given lesser budgets and more workmanlike and unremarkable animators, along with stories and gags that simply weren't greatest, which I've always thought was quite sad to see. But thankfully, McKimson still churned out some great work. It'll just be amongst some work which, to be quite frank, isn't particularly great. And 1955 just shows how amazing he was at animating projects all on his own. As I already mentioned, he animated most of A Dime to Retire. He had a second animator help out towards the end on that short. So not only was he a great animator, he was also incredibly fast. Yes, if you observe those shorts with a microscope, you can see some shortcuts he would have taken in order to get the animation out, but honestly, it's still impressive either way. Now, for his feeling, I've always felt adapted to lower budgets the best, and he's done some great off-screen action. He knew when to do off-screen action, and he knew how to do it really well. He adapted very well to the 1950s modern look, and I've joked in some of the reviews that he was starting to do a lot of the more Pop Funko type character looks in his shorts, though that's probably due to Jerry Chinicki. But the storytelling is really solid, and that definitely helps one overlook any shortcomings when it comes to the lower budgets. Yes, he's going to eventually get to a point where he'll start repeating ideas. In fact, he's already starting to repeat some gags, but even so, I was just entertained by Feeling's output this year. Chuck Jones did slip a little on a few entries, though it was mainly my feelings on the Pepe Le Pew shorts just being same old, although past perfumance had at least an interesting setup. It was more that in each of the shorts, once Pepe becomes more involved, we just see the same shtick over and over, which no doubt would have been what the audiences wanted to see, hence why Jones continued to do it. And there were 2 other shorts I wasn't a fan of, and I'll let you know very shortly what they were, and those were a mess story-wise, but look, at the end of the day, not every short's going to be amazing, and Jones definitely knocks it out of the park with the other shorts that he directed in 1955. And no director's ever going to be perfect, and even the ones I didn't enjoy as much are still worth watching. And now for my favorite shorts of the year. And once again, let me know in the comments whether you agree with my choices, whether you disagree, or just let me know outright which are your favorites. I definitely want to know. But we're going to get this out of the way. And I know this is the obvious choice, but really, after watching the entire output for 55, One Froggy Evening is the best of 1955. It's considered to be the perfect animated short, and I happen to agree. But we're going to remove Froggy from this list, and we're going to go through each animation unit to see which are my favorites of the year. Starting with Bob McKimson, the whole idea is a brilliant short. Yes, it is impressive it was all animated by him. Let's not kid ourselves, that's amazing on its own, but if the short itself was a dud, that wouldn't matter. We would just say, oh, he animated by itself, but it's not entertaining. No, but here it's a brilliant idea of a portable whole, and we see all sorts of wonderful gags here, and it even features some wonderful throwbacks to silent films like the Keystone Cops. And once you add that interesting ending at the end as well, it's an overall winner in my book. But aside from that, I love Foghorn Leghorn. I've always maintained that's McKimson's best series, and out of his 2 Foghorn shorts this year, they're both great, mind you, but I do have to lean towards The Feather Dusted, only because he has Egghead Jr. in it, and I'm a sucker for that character. Shame he only appeared 3 times, but he's still a great character. But again, you can't go wrong with either one. And Dime to Retire is once again another great entry in McKimson's little sub-series of Porky and Daffy team-ups, done in such a way that only he could. Now, Friz Freleng really loved using Sylvester, didn't he? But since he's such a versatile character, why not use him? And looking back at the list of shorts he made, while there is a ton of great stuff, honestly, my favorite really does have to be Speedy Gonzales. The character Speedy really felt fresh, and he is the perfect character to be paired with Sylvester. And on top of all that, the short is funny. It's a simple idea. Mice trying to get cheese from across the border, and Sylvester just happens to be guarding this one factory. So it's a simple idea, the gags are pretty straightforward, but they're funny, and who could not love Speedy? He's such a wonderful character. But a very close second has to be Tweety's Circus, which is one of the better entries in the Sylvester and Tweety series. It's got some bonkers animation, and it's got some wonderful gags as well, but I guess a close second for the Sylvester and Tweety series would have to be Red Riding Hoodwinked. That forgetful wolf just killed me every single time. It's an interesting entry, but I definitely lean more towards Tweety Circus out of the two of them. Now, out of these Bugs Bunny entries, I have to go with Sahara Hare. Some might say it's not particularly special per se, especially when compared to earlier Bugs and Sam entries, but I love it, and I will admit, nostalgia definitely does play a little part in that one. And speaking of nostalgia, with Chuck Jones, if we don't count Fun Froggy Evening, it might surprise you to learn that my favourite of his this year is Guided Muscle. Again, nostalgia. I grew up with that short, and I still love it. Now, some of you are wondering, hang on, what about Beanstalk Bunny? That one's a classic. I like it, but for whatever reason, I didn't connect with that one as much. And I do think the entries in the Hunting Trilogy are better. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's quite funny, and it's been beautifully restored recently too, and it simply looks amazing, but yeah. Sorry guys, nostalgia's playing a part here, and since I grew up with Guided Muscle, I'm going to have to lean towards that one. Feel free to disagree though, that's what the comment section's for. And speaking of the comment section, I know some of you may get annoyed with my choices for my least favourite cartoons of the year, but let's see how we go. I'm actually not going to pick anything from McKimson, and the main reason is there's not much to choose from. 55 dealt with the tail end of the last few shorts made pre-Shutdown, and only 2 shorts post-Shutdown, so he was reassembling the unit. All these entries for 55 were actually really good, so I'm not picking a McKimson one this time round. 1956, different story. We'll definitely pick something there, and I've already got something in mind, and I'll keep you guys guessing until I do the next year in review. With Freeling, it's a tie between Stork Naked and Pappy's Puppy. With Stork Naked, I'm not really a fan of the mean and vicious Daffy. Yes, Chuck Jones had a Daffy that was greedy, but there was that limit. Chuck didn't go to extremes with the greediness and the bitterness and just the outright anger of the character. Whereas Freeling and later on McKimson too, they will just go way too far, and Stork Naked definitely feels like the mean Daffy we're going to get during the Patty Freeling era. But sadly, I have to get used to the fact we're going to see this mean Daffy quite a few times, and it'll just get worse and worse. Although in this case, it's not the worst I've seen, and it's got some funny gags, so it's not all bad, I suppose. But with Pappy's Puppy, it was just sad seeing Sylvester getting tortured in the way he does when he didn't actually do anything. In shorts like the Sylvester and Tweety entries, he deserves what he gets, because he's after this cute little bird Tweety. And all the gags revolve around his efforts in trying to eat this bird. So everything that happens to him is brought upon him, whereas if he left Tweety alone, none of that would happen. Here, he's literally just sleeping, and he's bothered by Butch's son. And the whole short, he's just being tormented by this little dog, and honestly, I just didn't think it was funny at all. So it was definitely a bit of a misfire in my book. Jones's entries, it was a little easier to pick this time, although it's another tie. You've got Rabbit Rampage, and look, that's got some interesting ideas. But this idea really doesn't suit Bugs at all. It just doesn't work, at least with the personality Bugs had by this time. It's a wonderful showcase for animator Ben Washam, so it's not all bad, but the idea just didn't really work for me. Now, Nightmare Hare, I am aware that some of you watching this love it. You've grown up with it, and if you do, that's great. But honestly, the story was a mess. So Bugs goes back in time. There's lots of talking. Yeah, some of the wordplay's funny, but there's just lots and lots of talking between him and this knight. The knight just disappears. He's up against the dragon. The dragon just disappears. He just wanders to a castle, does a thing with the wizard, and then he remembers, oh wait, I gotta get back to my time, and we finish there. It just felt like a whole bunch of ideas just stitched together quickly and they called it a day. And to be quite frank, I was actually kind of bored with that one. Sorry guys, but again, to each their own. Have at me in the comments. I know some of you weren't happy with my review on it, but I stand by what I said. It's not particularly great, but it does have some minor moments and it's still worth checking out. And now for the animation showcase, and once again, for copyright reasons, I've limited the clips I've shown to interesting animation or vocal deliveries of about 15 to 20 seconds, and I've tried to limit things to be only a few clips per short. And if your favorite gags from some of these shorts haven't shown up, that doesn't mean I didn't like it. It just means I couldn't include it because some gags would go on for as long as a minute. But that said, I do hope you enjoyed the animation showcase. that shows off the year of 1955. Enjoy.
Play!
Yes, sir. I shall do my very best, sir.
Looks like just an ordinary house cat to me.
I don't understand it. This is our genius. Ridiculous. Insulting.
That's a preposterous. Oh, no. I don't believe it. I gotta get a worm's eye view of this. That shot was impossible, boy. It can't be done. Come along now, you're under arrest. Hold on. Let me go. I'm innocent. Hey, get me a gun, please. I'm being framed. Stop it. Boy, let's play something less confining. Broadside off the port bow! All men armed! Boop!
I'm Willie looking for a chest with short legs and drawers.
Would this fulfill your requirement? Are you sure you won't need it? No, you're quite welcome to it. Well, thank you very much. Don't mention it.
This is the kind of story I like. I can just taste all those pieces of 8 and doubloons and triploons and quadruploons and quintuploons.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Come on out of there, or I'll smoke you out. What the?
Love that dog. 87, 88. Well, look at me. Chin and no hands. I'm stronger than I thought I was. Uh-oh. Fortunately, I keep my feathers numbered for just such an emergency.
Good morning, Daphne, old girl. What's this? Knitting a sweater? Well, very thoughtful of you.
But Daffy, it's not...
Don't you think this might be a size of salt too small?
Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Duck. I brought you glad tidings.
Ow, ow, King, ow, 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 ow,
good-for-nothing lazy pussycat. While you sleep, that crazy moose is loose in the hoose. Crazy moose loose in the hoose. Ah, crazy moose loose in the hoose. Ah. All right, you little squirt. Now I. Come on, you little pipsqueak. Open up. Open up. I got you cornered. Open up before I... I'm no doc, you flea-bitten varmint. I'm Riff Raff Sam, the riffiest riff that ever riffed a raff.
Your slip is showing.
Yeah, mule! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Whoa, camel! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, camel! Whoa! Oh, come on, whoa! When I say whoa, I mean whoa! Giddy up! Come on, camel, giddy up! Giddy up! Yeah, 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 camel! Giddy up! Giddy! When I say giddy up, I mean giddy up! Whoa! Ow! When I say whoa, I mean whoa! Yeah, mule! Yeah, 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 yeah! Mule! Yeah!
Miami Beach, at last! Last one in's the hard-boiled egg! Yippee! Hooray! Yahoo! Whee! Hooray!
Hey, this isn't it. Hey, just a minute. This isn't...
Let him find out for himself.
Suffering succotash. You didn't have to overdo it.
In the following scenes, the professor will demonstrate a few of its many uses. This is one way of using it in the home.
Henry, come dry the dishes. One of us must go.
My, that was a deep one, wasn't it?
Isn't it bad enough down there without her?
Meep, meep.
Take 1 teaspoon every hour with water. Well, sounds silly to me, but... Ew, nasty medicine teaspoon. Now, repeat after me. I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht. I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht. Again. I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht. Again. I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht. Be very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Wabbit twacks. Now I gotcha, you squirry wabbit.
What's up, Doc?
I am Elmer J. Fudd, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht.
Special agent, you owe $300,000 in back taxes. I'm afraid you'll have to come with me, Mr. Fudd.
Be quiet! Caméra, relevez-vous. Action! Chez-moi, ethos.
Chez-moi, Portos.
Chez-moi, Pepe.
Le yoink!
Popcorn, darling. You can hear the song the whole night long. Meow, meow. King of the cats, eh? Well, you're not my king. You wanna be king, eh? Okay, king, I'm crowning you. Oh, no, you don't. Come on out. Come out. Come on.
Nope.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Step right up, the greatest show on earth. 50 lions and a putty cat. Hurry, hurry, hurry! 50 lions
I've got a good mind to tell the Warner Brothers on you. You're a menace to society. And besides, What are you trying to do? Make me lose my job? After all, I've worked here for years and built up goodwill and... With the eraser. Well, that's better. Why didn't you do it in the first place? Dad, what a huge carrot. Hey, what's the matter with my voice? All right, okay, that's better. Holy codfish, look at my feet. Continue to draw me like this, buddy, and we'll both be out of work.
Well, anyway, I finally got even with that squirrely wabbit.
snore loudly. There was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead when she was good.
Stop it! Stop it! There's a time and a place for everything.
I'm sorry I acted so silly. Something came over me. Isn't our home much nicer than it was before?
Oh, yes, much better. And besides, we have television.
Isn't television just wonderful?
Oh, yes. And think how much better it will be when we get electricity.
You may precede me to the stage, sir.
Aren't you Bugs Bunny?
Who, me? Never mind him. We've only got a short time to do my interesting career. Let's get on with it. Read the name. Good and loud, mister.
Bugs Bunny!
Who's interested in a rabbit? Is this what you've been scratching around for, sister?
Yes, it is. And now maybe you'll keep that yellow beak closed for a while. I'm trying to look at the show.
Throw him out! Throw him out! Oh, shut up! I'll take it. After all, this should have been mine anyway. I really deserve it. You're despicable. Wow, it's freezing cold all of a sudden. I better get that extra blanket. Golly, the stars are so bright tonight. Now, you idiotic stoop of a silly cat. What's the matter with you anyway? What a beautiful morning. Things sure look different after a good night's sleep. Eh, Sylvester? Hey, that's a funny-looking planet. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Well, we ought to make Albuquerque easy by tonight.
Now make it all gone. There you are, Putty. All better.
Wall-to-wall carpeting? Hey, I'm gonna like this. Minute Waltz by Choppin. I
I wish my brother George was here.
I wish he hadn't given me this. Oh, dear. Here it goes again.
I'd like to see him get in here now. Watch where you're pointing that gun. Now what's eating them? Huh. You'd think they never saw a rabbit before.
Gosh, I wonder how they can afford to rent it so cheap. Cha-da-dum-tum, cha-da-dum-tum, ain't we got fun? Ta-da-dum-tum, cha-da-dum-tum. Here we are, room 16. Off the bed. Come on, off. Come on, down. Pussy, off the bed. Come on, down. Come on. Stop it. Turn out. Now behave yourself, boxer. Stop it. Now, hello, hotel manager. Oh, I have a problem. Oh. Yes, sir. Be right up. Lie on me, Radicator. Hurry, bring him in. It'll cost you $72. Here, take it. In a minute, now get him out of here. Thank you. A little traveling music, please.
Here I come by you again, senor pussycats. Arriba,
Now just try and get all the cheese.
Hey, look, pressure cooker. I bet you know a lot of my friends. Ooh. Like Duke of Ellington, Count of Basie, Earl of Hines, Cab of Callaway, Satchmo of Armstrong.
Upstarts and rogues. Never heard of them. Do not follow me. You have served your purpose. Hello, chérie. All is fair in love and war, eh, darling? Oli, ole, oh, eh, poulet? I am your guide to love, no? Darling, how good of you to wait for me. She is no longer timid. A true gentleman must be prepared for anything. All right. They know who I am. Aha! Here comes, what's your name? What's your name? Oh, yeah. Here comes Red Riding Hood, yeah. Where was I going? Oh, yeah. Grandma's house, that's it. Come in, little, Quick, what's that kid's name again? Red Riding Hood.
I told him one of these days.
Pow! Right in the kisser.
Fall in, forward, hunch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Charge! How many times do I have to tell you to shut up? Shut up!
Here, Lions.
Hey, Barney! Hear about Sylvester? Inherited $3 million.
Sylvester? $3 million?
Ooh, $3 million?
I'm rich! I'm rich! I'm rich! Rich! You doll!
Please, sir, could you help a poor widow pussycat with an underprivileged child?
Would a few dollars help?
Yeah, I think $50,000 would tide us over.
Darn old cats.
I told you to keep your big mouth shut.
I pour a little of this miracle liquid into the bowl. Now I dip the article to be cleaned into the solution, and presto, a brand new Well, since I have several more calls to make, I must be moving along. But if you ever want to buy an interest in the Silver Cleaner Company, sorry, kid, better luck next time. Just get in touch with the Hi-Ho Silver Cleaner Company of Walla Walla, Washington, friend. bulldog live here? I have an addition to his family.
And there goes another year. So from 1955, we're going to see a few further crew changes, and perhaps more and more misses and average entries than hits, but I'm looking at all of them, so we'll definitely be back once I cover 1956. So again, let me know in the comments below your favorite and least favorites of the year, and thank you all for watching. Until next time, take care.